So, you're in Brazil, or maybe you're planning a trip. Awesome. But look, there's one topic you absolutely cannot afford to be ignorant about, and that's the country's incredibly powerful and frankly super strict laws against racism and discrimination. We're going to go way beyond the stereotypes and give you the real, essential info you need to know.
Okay, let's just get right into it. This isn't just about, cultural do's and don'ts. We are talking about a core legal principle that is literally woven into the fabric of Brazilian society. And it's a principle that's there to protect everybody. And that includes you.
To really get the weight of these laws, we have to go right to the top, to the source, Brazil's 1988 Constitution. Now, this document isn't just some old piece of paper. It was created right at the end of the military dictatorship, and it is the democratic bedrock for the entire modern legal system.
Just take a look at this. This isn't some vague, lofty ideal tucked away in a dusty corner. Article 3 of the Constitution makes it a fundamental objective of the entire republic to promote the well-being of everyone without, and it lists them out, prejudice based on origin, race, sex, color, age, or any other form of discrimination. That's a direct command.
And this is where you really start to feel the gravity of the issue. When it talks about its international relations, how Brazil presents itself to the world, the Constitution puts racism on the exact same level as terrorism. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. It is an incredibly powerful statement about the country's core values.
So you see how the Constitution lays this incredibly strong foundation. Now let's see how those principles get translated into what is genuinely one of the world's most robust legal frameworks against discrimination.
Okay, this right here is the heart of the matter. Article 5 of the Constitution itself defines racism as a crime that is inafiançável e imprescritível. Now, those are two really serious legal terms, but what do they actually mean if you're accused of this crime?
Well, inafiançável means a person accused of racism has no right to bail, period. They wait for their trial behind bars. And imprescritível? That means there is no statute of limitations. The crime never, ever expires. Someone can be prosecuted for it years or even decades after it happened. This makes racism one of the most severely treated crimes in the entire Brazilian legal system.
And this is where the law gets very, very real. We're not talking about abstract ideas here. We're talking about actual, real-world situations with serious consequences. Deny someone a job because of their race? You could be looking at up to 5 years in prison. Refuse to enroll a student for the same reason? Same deal. Even just refusing to let someone into a restaurant can land you in jail for years. This is no slap on the wrist. It's a massive deterrent.
So right about now, you might be thinking, okay, that's intense, but what does this have to do with me as a foreigner? The answer is absolutely everything. This is where Brazil's legal framework becomes your personal shield. And here's the crucial point. That same incredibly tough law that comes down so hard on racism, it also explicitly covers discrimination based on procedencia nacional, which means your national origin. In other words, xenophobia, discriminating against someone because of where they come from, is treated as a form of racism, and it carries the exact same severe penalties.
And this isn't just some old law on the books. The 2017 migration law brought this whole approach right into the 21st century. It was a fundamental shift, moving away from viewing migrants as security threats and instead viewing them as what they are, individuals with undeniable rights.
So what does this actually mean for you on the ground? It means that whether you're in Brazil for a week or for a lifetime, you have the right to be treated equally. You have the right to access public services like hospitals and schools, no matter what your visa status is. And you have the right to be protected from discrimination. This isn't just a promise, it's a legal guarantee backed by the highest court in the land.
All right, so now you know you're right. But what happens if someone violates them? Knowing what to do is every bit as important as knowing what you're entitled to in the first place.
So, if you experience or witness discrimination, what's your move? The good news is Brazil has a really clear and straightforward system for you to report these kinds of incidents and to seek justice.
Here are 3 key steps to remember. First, you can go to any police station and file an official report. It's called a boletim de ocorrência. Second, you can call Disc-Sang, that's dial 100, which is a national hotline for human rights violations. And third, if you need legal help, the Public Defender's Office offers free legal assistance, including to foreigners. Reporting is so important because it's what activates this entire protective system. So, what's the bottom line here? Brazil's anti-racism laws are so much more than just ink on paper.
They are a powerful, active shield that protects everyone inside the country's borders, no matter where you come from. It's a really powerful testament to the country's commitment to equality and justice. And that kind of leaves us with a question to think about. Does knowing how deeply this commitment runs change your perception of Brazil at all?